Hi, ladies and gentlemen. We're back with another episode of This Freakin' Show, the weekly podcast with a little bit of something and a whole lot of nothing. I am your host, Travis D, and joining me this evening, as always,
Awkward Color
and Geek Cast Joe.
I liked how Joe didn't want to wait for Colin to finish.
Yeah,
I didn't know when he was going to be finished. I thought I had timed it right, and I was wrong.
Hey, it's all right. You know, it's all right. Because as soon as I started hearing you go, I cut off. So.
Now, see, if I was you, I would just kept going, just
Got
And of course, this episode of This Freaking Show is brought to you by Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone, Illinois. If you're looking for a down-home country restaurant that offers good food, cold beer, and a great environment, where you get a burger and beer for $6.99 every Monday and Wednesday, come down to Firepit Bar and Grill of Peotone. You can find them on Facebook at Firepit Bar or at the website, firepitbar.com.
I had a burger for lunch today.
It wasn't the same. I bet they didn't compare. No.
No, it was.
Was it McDonald's?
It was. I had the Grand Mac. Their new it's their new Big Mac, but like it's their bigger Big Mac.
Oh, like the quarter-pound patties or some shit?
Yeah, some junk like that.
I did notice when I went through McDonald's by a couple months ago, or maybe a month ago, I can't remember how long ago it was. They brought back the Big and Tasty, but they called it the Quarter Pounder Deluxe now. That was pretty cool.
Nice.
I don't know, like I haven't really. I can't really say I haven't really, but I tried to avoid fast food as much as possible because of the whole like dieting, being less fat thing.
That's fair. I go there like once every 3 or 4 months, just when I get a taste for it.
Well, being where you are from, is there any other fast food option other than McDonald's?
Shockingly, there is also Taco Bell and Burger King, and I think I saw a Subway recently. Oh, and then there's lots of like Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks and stuff. But
Okay, so the fact that you picked McDonald's out of all those just shows that you make poor choices in life.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you have a Taco Bell, you should always go to Taco Bell.
I know, but Taco Bell was further away and on the other side of the street.
Always Taco Bell. Especially like, do you see those new tacos they got? They're like $1, and they're what the hell are they called?
I don't
Oh,
know.
they're like stuffed tacos or some shit like that. It's oh my god, that's gonna fucking bug the hell out of me now.
Didn't know about this.
Burrito?
Yeah, they have like there's three different flavors or whatever the hell you want to call it.
Oh,
One's hot.
Gotcha.
The fuck are they?
Have you?
Oh my god.
Have you heard about their new fried chicken burrito or taco?
No.
Yeah, I guess they decided to give up on being a healthy place to eat, and they've made a taco shell out of fried chicken.
No.
Yep.
What?
Yep. Goes nationwide Thursday.
Nope. Never heard about that.
Yep.
Okay then. What I was talking about, it's called the double stack tacos. If I could read a quick article here from TacoBell.com.
Oh man, that looks great.
Packed in flavor, Taco Bell's $1 double stack tacos arrived just in time for the holidays. Okay, so they came out like back in December. Twice the flavor is twice as intriguing, and that's what Taco Bell delivers with its new $1 double stack tacos. Available nationwide on December 22nd, which obviously has passed, with both a hard shell and a soft tortilla, and available in 3 flavors. Cool habanero, spicy, sweet, and nacho crunch. This taco will inspire serious order envy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I get it. So it's like a Doritos Locos taco, and also like a quesadilla.
Is that what it is?
That's what it kind of looks like. I mean, I'm not sure. I'd have to eat it to find out, and I won't be doing that today.
They all sound good though.
Yeah,
They
I'm
better
very
not
intrigued. I
fucking-
wish I'd known about them. I would have definitely gone to Taco Bell.
Yeah. I don't know. It better not be a Dorito taco, though. I fucking hate those Dorito tacos.
Mm.
Yeah, they're not that good.
No. Well, I told you why I don't like Cool Ranch Doritos, right? I mean, I had to have told you that story.
Naked chicken chalupa.
No, that's not it.
I thought you were just gonna leave it at a naked chick.
The Doritos
Close.
cheesy gordita crunch.
So we're completely ignoring my question, right?
No, I'm waiting to hear about it.
We're just gonna move on.
I'd like to know. I'd like to know what you have against Cool Ranch Doritos.
I think I told that story. I think I told the story on the show before. Like, remember, like, does the words like "wet dog smell" come back? I mean, does that like jog a memory?
Oh, maybe.
No?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. It
Are we-
does.
I'm going to retell the story anyways because I'm assuming that all the new listeners that we have currently haven't had a chance to go back and listen to our old shows yet because I know they're so busy catching up on the shows that we put out every week. You know, the huge crowd that we bring. I was picking up my girlfriend's brother. Me and her were picking him up from his friend's house. He had a sleepover. And apparently, like, this family either had, either a litter of puppies or like a herd of bison, but whatever it is, it fucking smelled. And they kept all these dogs in the kitchen, and they just peed on the fucking newspapers and shit. Now this is what I'm told. I didn't actually go in the house, but I was told this is what was going on. And apparently, okay, so my girlfriend's brother gets in the car, and all of a sudden I start smelling Cool Ranch Doritos.
Okay.
And I'm just saying, like, I'm like, what the fuck is that smell? I'm assuming, like, he had a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos, like, open inside the pillowcase that he was carrying. So I asked him, dude, do you have Cool Ranch Doritos? He's like, no, I don't have any Cool Ranch Doritos. I'm like, did you eat Cool Ranch Doritos? No. I'm like, have you bathed since you've been at this house? He's like, well, no, I didn't shower here. Keep in mind, we picked him up on Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and he was there for 3 days. 3 fucking days. No change of clothes. So, I determined now that Cool Ranch Doritos smells like a 17-year-old child who does not bathe for 3 days, who plays with puppies that pees on newspapers inside a household.
That is basically what they smell like.
Yeah. I'm not going to eat that. I will not eat that.
I'll eat it.
Spicy nacho and the cheese nacho, I'll eat those.
Those
Not
are
in
so
a taco
good.
form. Not in taco form, though. I won't do that. But, anyways, how was your weekends? Weeks? How's everyone been since the last time we chat?
Oh, I've been good.
Yeah. Fine.
I started my class yesterday. So,
What class is that?
programming with Visual Basic.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess we're making progress towards more modern day shit.
Yeah, I've heard of Visual Basic.
I sure have.
I mean, don't get me wrong, JavaScript is a very known thing.
No, yeah, I know. I've heard of that too. But
But I mean, it's more known than Basic.
Mhm. Huh.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Is it like Excel? PowerPoint?
It's a programming language.
You mean like the beeps and shit that like the robots in Star Wars does?
Yes.
Sure.
Excellent.
You know how there's French and German and all those languages?
Wait, did you say French and Garmin?
It's German.
Okay, gotcha.
Those are
you said-
languages?
I thought you said Garmin, like the weird voice that comes out of the GPS. I got you. Well, that's pretty cool. Something unique and different. Now, is this is this an elective class, a gen ed class, or is this like
This
now
is
you're
one of my
branching?
required classes for the course.
Gotcha. Well, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Colin, did you know that The Outsiders started up tonight?
Season 2?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not. We gotta watch the season 1.
Yeah. We still gotta get through all that, but unfortunately, they're not on the fucking DVR anymore.
Don't worry, I have the first season on DVD.
Comes with the first season on DVD. Life is good now.
Uh-huh.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a
My
brutal show.
it's a rough show. Yeah.
I don't know anything about it. How was your week, Travis?
Good and bad. I'll start with the goods. I'll start with the good stuff first because everyone likes good stuff, and then you really like to destroy a good mood.
Mhm.
So I'm still committed to not smoking. So that's still going. So I'm happy with that. You know, I'm going on 24 days right now, which is awesome. Still going to the gym. I actually had a training session this evening with my trainer. Totally kicked my ass. Like I was at the point like where when I left the gym and I got home, I just wanted to take a nap in the shower and just like keep on running because I had no energy whatsoever. Like when I left there, I feel pretty good now. But I mean, she kicked my ass, and it was crazy too because she was telling me how like she's like motivating me and pushing me and all that stuff. She's like, I don't want to come off as a bitch, but I just really want to do good. And I'm like, don't worry about it. You're never gonna come off as a bitch. She's like, I come off a bitch when I want to. I'm like, absolutely not. And she's like, why do you think that? I'm like, because when you give off a good first impression of being a kind person, the whole idea of you being a bitch pretty much goes out the window. And that's just my opinion. I mean, I
Yeah.
could be wrong, how some people think. But she's like, no, absolutely not. I'm like, listen, when you came up to me and you said, hi, my name's so-and-so, and like you have like a positive mood and you're so energetic and you're eager to help people, like you can't come off as bitch that way. And when I'm sitting here and I'm working out and you're like, saying like, hey, you got it, and then you go to high five me and all that stuff, or when I get tired, you tell me to take a break. No, it's not coming off as a bitch. You need to motivate and push. You tell me like, you get one more out, you get one more out. But you don't do that. She's like, do you want me to do that? And I'm like, you could do it, but I mean, you're not going to come off as a bitch anymore. You're just going to come off as a very nice motivator. And it was funny because I think she tried to come off as a bitch and like went like with like a bitch look. And I'm like, you're trying way too hard now. She's like, I just really want to come off as a bitch this month. I'm like, it ain't happening. It's just not. But I'm happy it's not. She's a great person. She's my age, which
Nice.
is pretty cool. So it's nice to work out with somebody my age. Not somebody who's like older or who's older who wants me who's set in their ways of doing shit, or somebody who's younger who just spends too much time taking selfies.
Right.
So somebody who's my age who understands what I need to get done and everything. And this is my first time ever having a female trainer, which is actually pretty cool too. It's a different change of pace. We have a mutual understanding where I'll never do a burpee. The moment she tells me to do a burpee, I'm done. Listen to that. I fucking hate burpees. Absolutely hate them. So we won't do them. Lunges, I tried to avoid, but I mean, I'll do a lunge before I do a fucking burpee. What
You
else?
should
is
just
going on?
only do burpees. That's clearly what your body is telling you.
No, I just don't like them.
No, that's
It's not a
fair.
big fan of burpees.
They're the worst. They're the worst.
Yeah, and I get it. It's
They're the
like a full
malort of
body workout.
exercise.
They're the malort of exercise. Exactly. I mean, like, it's not like I have anything like personal against them. Like they never wronged me in any way. They're a full body workout that's supposed to benefit you like overall. I just don't like doing them. It's just like out of everything I have done at a gym, in a gym, with a guy named Jim, it's just fucking burpees I can't stand doing.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. So the fitness journey's still going forward, and not smoking going forward. I've had a lot of time at home to kind of figure out shit that I need to get done around here. I got my fucking whatchamacallit, the Alexa going, the dot thingy.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I'm only using it to tell her to play me songs and shit. So
Yeah, I dig it.
yeah. Sometimes I just yell some random shit at her and stuff like that. She told me a bedtime story the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, she told me a joke. It was crazy. So it was one of those dorky dad jokes, but a lot of good this week. The unfortunate sad thing is I lost my job. So
Sucks.
yeah, so that was unpleasant to go through. After nearly 5 years at that company, we parted ways. So that was horrible.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy because I mean like I've been let go of jobs before. I self terminated myself because apparently that's a thing. So I've done that at McDonald's twice.
Yeah.
Uh, Taco Bell closed down, so we all lost our jobs. Sears called me up on a Sunday morning while I was laying there with my girlfriend, fired me over the phone. This wasn't too bad. I mean, like it was rough going through like the whole like phone call because I'm sitting in my manager's office with him, my branch manager's office with him, the ops manager, and HR's on the phone, and they're telling me this whole big thing, and it's fucked up because the week prior to this, um, all the guys I work with, they're sitting there telling me how like they're freaked out that someone's gonna lose their job, somebody's gonna get fired, it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And it was weird because I kept telling them, it's like, you're not going to lose your job. You're not going to get fired. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're going to have a job. You're fine. And apparently I was right because none of them got fired.
Mm.
I forgot to mention myself in that, I guess. So maybe I jinxed myself. I don't know. But I was fine up until, this admin I work with, Maria, came over to me, gave me a hug, and started crying. Now, it was that moment I really started to hate Maria because I stayed strong, I stayed okay, I had my breathing down, and all of a sudden she fucking hugs me, and in my ear you just start hearing the, and I'm just like, don't do this, Maria. Do not do this. And then she started doing it, and then I started crying like a bitch. It was horrible. Saying bye to people who had no idea I was losing. I mean, apparently nobody knew I was losing my job. Which in all honesty, that's the way it should be. Nobody should find out I'm getting fired before I find out from my bosses.
Right.
So at least there's that. At least I didn't have people staring at me all week wondering.
When's he leaving?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and that was a weird thing too, because like when I was sitting in the office, they asked me if I had any questions and all this shit. And one of the big questions I had is there a possibility I can come back? They said there's a possibility, maybe somewhere in the future we start, business picks up and all this shit. So I said, awesome. So am I leaving right now? Am I getting paid for the day? What is it? So my boss tells me, it's like you're getting paid for the rest of the day. You're getting paid for the rest of the week. I got let go on Friday. They're supposed to let me go on Monday, but apparently they tried to do everything they can to keep me. So Friday around 10 o'clock, he said, listen, you're getting paid for the rest of the day. If you want to stay, you can. If you don't, I totally understand. And there was no way in fucking hell I was going to stay because I don't need people walking by me and crying every 5 minutes knowing that's the last time they're going to see me. And apparently me leaving that company affected a lot of people.
Oh.
The admins up front, there was like 5 of them. They had a pizza party to try to help with how upset they were for the day. So they had a pizza party. It was crazy because one of the admins I'm close with, Jamie, she sent me a Snapchat of their pizza party. She told me as soon as the Snapchat was done, she just started crying. And apparently they cried like all day because I got let go. The guys that I usually worked with, they're always not, I don't want to say loud and obnoxious, but very loud and obnoxious.
Boisterous.
Yeah, they were silent, I guess, the rest of the day. There was an inspector that came in and was in my cubicle. I'm not sure if he sat down or whatever. He was in my cubicle, and one of the coordinators told him to get out or something like that. He didn't get out, so he poured pop down his back.
Jeez.
Yeah. So apparently, me leaving had an impact on a lot of people, which I mean, it was pretty cool because I mean, I worked with those people for 5 years or less, and it was crazy having to say goodbye to everyone.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. Yeah, it was even harder being back there on Monday. I had to drop off some paperwork and stuff. So it was definitely weird walking in there again and having to sign the guest book and all that shit.
Oh man, I bet.
Yeah, so but after that, I mean, everything has been good. A lot of people have been very supportive of everything that's going on. So I have a good support system of friends that care, who have, said positive things, told me that they're there for me and everything like that. So, I'm so grateful for that. I got some job interviews lined up and everything. So it's not like I'm going to be unemployed for long. Definitely don't want to be that kind of guy, who sits around and hopes that one day I get the job or get a job that pays me what I was making at AirTech, because there ain't gonna be a job there that's gonna happen that quick, because I was making a lot of fucking money. It was crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. So, but yeah, that was my week. A lot of up and downs, but all positives, optimistic, and
Yeah.
Plus, I got to eat lunch at Firepit Bar and Grill, which was awesome. I mean, that would brighten anyone's day, really.
Damn straight.
So,
Love that place.
yeah, too. Sucks they don't got breakfast anymore.
It does.
Yeah, but they're having a specials for Super Bowl, which is pretty cool. I was talking about going up there for that. I think I'm going to. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to or not, but yeah, who knows? It's an option.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah. Is that this Sunday? Not this coming Sunday, but the following Sunday.
Yeah, the 5th.
Yeah, yeah. So I might go up there. I mean, I still haven't decided and everything. Um, but
Sweet action.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm not even really a Super Bowl guy. I'm gonna assume that maybe half the people that watch Super Bowl anyways just watch it for the commercials.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think that's the only reason my mom watches it. I think the only reason Carl watches it because it helps him take a nap.
Yep.
So there's that.
Everything helps Carl take a nap
That's right.
while holding a beer in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of events that happened on Sunday, I heard the Oscar it's got released today. The nominees. Yeah.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, which means coming up soon is our guesses and our predictions for the Oscars that I get to win again.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I bought the was it the Magnificent Seven, the remake?
Oh, nice.
With Denzel Washington and everything like that. That came out in 2016, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I'd be very surprised if that movie does not win something.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't even think it's one of the nominations.
If it's not, I will burn down the Oscars. I have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
I don't think it's part of the Oscars.
It was such a great movie. And not only that, and fun fact, because I'm one of those guys that occasionally, once in a while, will watch like the special features and all that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And do you realize that the composer of that movie died before finishing the Magnificent Seven? And as it turns out, and I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not, he actually created the scores and everything before the movie even completed filming shit. Because I'm assuming, again, I'm not tech savvy, I don't know shit, but I'm assuming what happens is the guy sits there and he watches the movie and he decides what like sound effect or music or whatever goes at certain spots. So apparently, instead of doing that, because he couldn't do that because he was dead, he just created these scores and everything based on the script.
Jeez.
Yeah, and they used a lot of it. I mean, obviously they edited it a little bit here and there, but they used a lot of it, and that was his last piece that he worked on. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
the movie is
impressive.
The movie's absolutely amazing. If you ever get a chance to watch it, definitely watch it.
I guess you're gonna have to burn down the Oscars.
It's not nominated for anything?
Nope.
Fuck the Oscars.
That Rogue One is nominated for 2 things.
That's it?
Doctor Strange is one thing.
Jeez.
Yeah. They said there was a record 6 African Americans nominated for Oscars this year.
It's probably
Nice.
because they don't want Chris Rock to go back up on stage and yell Black Lives Matter right before the credits hit, and then him stare away like a punk ass bitch because he can't face people. But I digress. That's kind of a shame. I mean, I'm surprised by Rogue One. I thought that'd be like nominated for a lot more than what it was. Only 2, you said. And
I don't think it was because it's not part of the main storyline. It's like a side story.
Yeah. I don't know. People loved it, though. You know, though, but it wasn't really Oscar fodder.
I don't even know what half these fucking movies are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, I saw an article. After years of being in neglect in Hollywood, Mel Gibson is in the spotlight and up for a nomination for an Oscar this year.
Yeah, I heard that. I heard Scorsese got passed over.
Really?
Yeah.
now see, Denzel Washington is nominated for Best Actor. Is that for Fences then? If it's not for Magnificent Seven,
Yeah.
that's dumb. They should do it for both. Well, we'll discuss that in are we doing that next week? Is that what that is?
I think so.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
should probably do this next week since it's going to be the end of the month is the Oscar.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna do it 2 parts, and hopefully in this time when we do 2 parts, the first part doesn't sound like we're fucking preaching to a bunch of people in a mausoleum or some shit. Because I remember last year where it sounded like we were preaching to a bunch of people in a mausoleum or some shit. But yeah, God, that'll be fun. Who knows? Maybe one of you guys will win this time. Who
Maybe.
knows?
Probably not.
Maybe. Doubt it. I mean, come on, it's Travis. Zootopia? Fuckers.
That was a
Um,
good movie.
I really liked it.
Was it good?
I mean,
yeah,
to me, it's not Oscar worthy, but
No, not Oscar worthy. But well, unless you're talking animated films, because there weren't that many last year. But
I know what I want to win for animated film, but that's me. So
what do you want to win?
the Red Turtle.
The Red Turtle.
Yes.
That sounds cool. What is that about?
It's a Studio Ghibli. That's the only
Oh,
reason
it
I want
was?
to win.
Oh, that's awesome. No, absolutely. Anytime it's Studio Ghibli.
Used to be a lot better before Disney bought them.
Oh, Disney bought them?
Yeah.
Of course they did. Gross.
All they did to it was jack the prices and everything of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess it's good for them because it makes them more money, but it's fucking stupid.
Yeah. I hear you.
Anywho, we'll save that for next week's show.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna make an entire 2 weeks dedicated to the Oscars. It's gonna be awesome. And then maybe we'll try to figure out a way to better organize it to where it's not like, hey, we're getting towards our time. Maybe we should stop.
It'd probably be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember last week when we were talking about Chicago death,
Yes.
homicides and stuff like that? So as I was sitting in a bar in the middle of the afternoon because I don't have a job like most Americans, Fox News was on, and I came across this article, not an article, but what the fuck, it's like a segment in the news about a guy named Greg Zanis. I think that's like Zanis, something like that. Either way.
Don't know. I hope it's Greg Zanis.
Is it Zanis?
Just I hope it is. I don't know.
Uh, it's gotta be. It's gonna be Zanus for the rest of this fucking segment. Now I'm gonna tell you that much.
Greg
But yeah,
Zanus.
so listen to this freaking thing about Greg Zanus.
Uh, how old are we?
So
Old enough. That's right.
old enough to understand Greg Zanus.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so Greg is a 66-year-old retired carpenter from Aurora, and what he decided he wanted to do um, is build these crosses for victims of homicide and everything like that. Um, so what? I'm just gonna read the article real quick, just a few bits of it, so you can understand what it's saying, because I can't fucking articulate a fucking sentence because of Greg Zanus. Greg has been building wooden crosses to commemorate the tragic loss of lives for more than 20 years. His crosses were at Columbine High School, the Boston Marathon bombing, and more recently the Orlando nightclub shooting. Greg, 6'6", retired carpenter from Aurora, erected nearly 40 crosses in a lot in Inglewood, each representing a homicide victim killed in Chicago in 2017. Another will be added for every person who's killed in the city this year. I think his overall plan is at the end of every week, when he gets the death toll, is when he'll put out the crosses. They discussed that if last year's any indication, Greg will be very busy. The death toll in Chicago, do you guys know what the death toll in Chicago was for 2016?
For 2016?
Yeah.
883.
No.
Oh, I don't know then.
A little bit over there, 780.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there were 780 homicides in Chicago in 2016. He made crosses for all of them, too. So he actually made crosses for all 760. They were carried by demonstrators who gathered downtown on Michigan Avenue on New Year's Eve to march against violence. Sunday, several pastors gathered to pray at the site of the newly erected crosses at the grassy lot near the corner of 56th and Bishop. It sits between two homes, one of which is boarded up. A woman played the flute as Pastor Dan Haas of Aurora read each murder victim's name and told the story of Cain and Abel. Oh, Cain and Abel.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Cain. We believe that our prayers make a difference. And do you know why I know Cain was the bad one? It's not because I read the Bible. It's because it was in Supernatural.
Awesome.
So there's that. A woman who was asked not to be named gave him the land, said Zanus, who grew up in Chicago. Why Inglewood? Inglewood is well known all around the country for violence. Each cross takes about 10 minutes to build. Greg began building crosses, and his father-in-law, Bud Stadler, who robbed and murdered in 1996. Family members are encouraged to go to the lot in Inglewood and retrieve the cross bearing the loved one's name. And if they do so, he'll just replace it with another cross. So, good for him.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really... I mean, as far as hobbies go, it's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, like, I just, yeah. It's really hard not to make jokes about his name now.
I know.
I don't see what you guys have wrong with Greg Zanus.
I don't have anything wrong with Greg Zanus.
And I don't really want to say anything bad about Greg Zanus. I mean, I'm sure it's a holy guy.
Sorry. That one took a second to sink in.
Do you think, like, with building all these crosses, that Greg Zanus must have a lot of pain?
Maybe. Pain in his anus.
Poor, painful Greg Zanus. But anyways, good for him. That's awesome.
It's actually really cool, and it's I think a really good way to draw attention to the problem.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Oh, perfect. Oh shit! Another thing that came to my attention, now that I think about with Inglewood and all that, um, they're talking about on the news what they're plan. They're planning on offering free housing to Chicago city workers, like police officers, firefighters, EMTs, and all that. I guess what they want to do is they want to offer them free housing in. I wish I could remember the word that they used, but since I can't, bad neighborhoods.
Okay.
Let's see if I can find the article real quick here. But basically, what they want to do is like where comes like Inglewood, places like Inglewood, because honestly, I can't even think of the fucking names of the places now. I'm gonna look up real quick. What? Who was that?
Oh, sorry. That was my bad.
What the fuck are you doing, Joe?
I'm trying to figure out how to say Greg Zanis.
God.
oh, okay.
Oh my god, that's how you say it.
Is that how you say
It
it?
is.
God. My God, I just...
Oh, and this news person just said it without a single snicker. Oh, good for her.
Oh my God.
Wow.
You fucking children.
Yeah. My bad. I don't mean to make light of Greg Zanis.
I just hope we never have to interview him. Because he will hit us.
Oh, it would be the worst. I just have to turn him down, which is just how it would have to be. Be like, oh man, I really appreciate what you do, but sorry, we can't have you on the show. Oh, it'd be a lot of, Greg Zanis? Greg Zanis. Did you get bullied a lot when you were? No, I'm the asshole. All right.
Is that how it is? God. You just sit there like, now listen, did you get pounded a lot when you were younger? Like,
Oh. Yikes.
all right, so I found it. So, revitalization plan and homes to city workers in what they call endangered communities. A new proposal that will introduce to the Cook County Board Monday would offer homes to city workers in what Commissioner Richard Boykin,
Probably.
Boykin, Boykin.
That is how I would say it.
Perfect. Yeah, okay. Called the Neighborhood Revitalization Act, Boykin plans would offer a free home to first responders, police, firefighters, teachers, and paramedics and EMTs in the communities where they work. If the worker agrees to live in the residence for 5 years, he or she will be given the property. Boykin says the plan can help clean up and diversify Chicago communities in need of the south and west sides. Targeting areas are Austin, West Garfield Park, Auburn, Gresham, Inglewood, and back of the yards.
Interesting.
Yeah. You think Greg Zanis lives in back of the yards?
I don't know. Maybe.
Already 200 people were shot, and we're not even 23 days into the new year. 200 people shot, nearly 80 people killed already. Something is wrong in the city of Chicago, and we must do something about it, Boykin says.
All right.
So, So to those who work in the Chicago area that wants to have some free housing, as long as you're okay living in back of the yards.
Yeah. And being a city worker.
And being a city worker.
Nothing wrong with being a city worker, though.
No, absolutely not. No.
I don't think they're recognized as much as they should be.
No, I
They're
don't think
not.
they are either.
They're not. How about just real quick, just a moment of silence and respect for all the city workers.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Joe.
Well, let me mute myself.
Shh. Okay, cool. Quick question that I had thought about last week. Just kind of a goofy out of the nowhere question. There's no segue whatsoever in this. Um, did you guys happen to watch a lot of movies back in 2016 at all? Like catch a lot of movies, newer movies, or any type of movies whatsoever?
No.
No, damn it.
I can't say that I did.
Okay, then let's move beyond that. I want you guys real quick, just for the hell of it, think of a movie that you liked, watched, seen before, whatever, that has never been a TV show that you would like to see as a TV show.
Oh boy.
A movie that I would like to see as a TV show.
Okay.
Yeah.
From 2016?
No. Since we didn't watch a lot of 2016 movies, just whenever it happened, let's say like this is my favorite movie. It's never been a TV show before. I think it should be a TV show, and this is what I want it to be.
I'm ready whenever.
Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, Harry Potter.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there was so much detail that was left out of the films that I really would love to see, like if each book got like an 8-episode miniseries. I think it could be really good.
So would it be more like a Netflix TV show, or could you have it on TV, somewhere like FX, or?
It probably would be more Netflixy, but I don't know if I'd put it on FX. It's a little too childish.
See, I could think if
ABC,
Harry
maybe?
Potter was a TV. See, if Harry Potter was a TV show, I think it'd have like that dark FX way of it. I wouldn't put it on like XD or Nickelodeon or anything like that.
No, I'd put it on like maybe the CW or something like that. I don't know, because it's still like teenagers, and I'm not sure that would play well with the adult audience of an FX show.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to put it on Nickelodeon either, or Disney or anything like that. But yeah, like an ABC or a CW would be fine. WGN, it'd be okay. On those.
You mean Freeform, because ABC doesn't exist anymore.
I do mean Freeform.
ABC Family, yeah. Do they have regular shows on ABC? Or is that like?
Honestly, don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't watched TV in so long. Actually, since the series.
Really? Mm-hmm. So I can see it being Freeform. I can see your Harry Potter being on Freeform, but my Harry Potter would be on like FX or Netflix because shit would be going on. It'd be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like fucking Harry would actually say shit. It would be awesome.
That'd be amazing. Lots of kids sneaking off to the room of requirement.
Now, I know it's not Harry Potter, but I heard The Magicians is like
Harry
Potter.
I've heard such good things about that show.
I think I watched the first episode. Haven't continued watching it. I meant to have.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it's fantastic, and everything I've seen for it looks really good. I just don't
I
have
just saw
time
an ad
for a TV show in my life.
Bringing like a version to Game of Thrones. Or they're going to have like a episode like that.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Con, did you say which movie you'd pick?
That would be so hard. I mean, my favorite movie of all time was actually a TV show for a short time. So.
Which one was that?
The Crow.
Oh, yeah.
Because they made like The Crow Stairway to Heaven. Which I believe was a TV show.
I think you're right.
Yeah, it was a TV series. But yeah, It's such a hard decision for me.
Damn.
I'll have to get back to you probably.
Yeah, see, I was thinking about you the other day because like I saw the preview for the Taken TV series that was based off the movies, which the Taken series is my favorite movies.
Never seen it.
All good. The third one's kind of like falling off there, but the other ones are like absolutely amazing. But I thought it was pretty cool that they have a TV show for it, and I definitely want to, you know, definitely check out that TV series and everything because if it's anything like the character is supposed to be in the movie, it's gonna be absolutely amazing. Um, so, but if I had to go and think of a movie that I would love to have like a TV show based off of, I thought it'd be really cool if they did like American Pie.
Ooh, that could be good.
Right? Yeah. Just like
I can see that being like almost like that 70s show style.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I would have it do a Netflix thing because you would want to keep that raunchiness that American Pie is known
Oh
for.
yeah.
I was just say like Blue Mountain State, but on HBO.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it had to be on a premium channel or something like that, so you could keep, the whole aspect of what the movie really is and shit like that.
Right.
So I thought that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, I'd be down with that.
Right.
And
Who
also
wouldn't?
for like movies that are coming out, I would love a Dark Tower TV series instead of a movie. But that's a ways off.
Yeah, what the fuck is it? I think Tales from the Crypt's supposed to come back on. You ever hear about anything about that?
No, not in a while. I forgot about that.
I believe Samurai Jack has come.
Yes, it is. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I never watched that one.
Oh, it's so good.
I did not like the look of it.
That's fair. It's got a particular animation style, but
Art style, yeah.
I'm a fan of it. My big worry is I'm pretty sure the voice actor who did Aku, the demon, I'm pretty sure he's dead now.
Don't know.
So that'll be. I mean, it can't be that hard to find someone to replace him. It's just it'll be sad.
Yeah. Yeah, he died in 06.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he looks familiar too.
Yeah, Tales of the Crypt does come back this upcoming year.
God, 2017 is gonna be a good year. I can feel it.
I hope so.
One TV show I would love to see come back. I'm not sure if you guys ever watched it, but you ever hear of a TV show called Beyond Belief: Fact or Fiction?
Yeah.
I don't.
I would
remember.
love for that. Basically, this guy, he told you like it was like 5 short stories, and you would have to decide at the end of the TV show which ones were real and which ones were fake. And like because he'll tell you the story, go to commercial, tell you the story, go to commercial, tell you the story, blah blah blah, and so forth. And at the end, he'll ask you, "So what do you think this one is?" And then show like a little quick, like 45-second like scene from it, and then you have to decide if it's fact or fiction. And then he'll just tell you if it's fact or fiction. It was one of the shows that me and my ex used to watch. It was like Sunday mornings or something like that. We'd watch like the DVR of it or something like that, and we just lay in bed and we just just play against each other and then all that shit.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was definitely a good show. I would love for that to come back on and it was like one of those shows that I did the same thing. I used
With
to
the
watch
Star Trek host?
Yeah, he played not the Next Generation, but the one before, between Shatner and the bald dude, Professor Xavier.
Riker?
Sure, what the guy's name is? I don't fucking know.
I have no idea.
Jonathan Frakes.
Can't find
Correct?
M. Night Shyamalan is writing Tales from the Crypt. Did he write the originals?
I don't know.
I doubt it.
Hmm. What the hell? What a world. Cool. One more topic I want to bring up, and then we're going to go to Colin. Did you guys hear about the avalanche out in Italy?
Yes, I did.
I did not.
It's crazy. Let me pull up that article real quick. I'm too busy looking at Tales from the Crypt shit. Okay, here we go. Italian avalanche. Hope for survivors after 3 puppies found alive in rubble. Rescuers have recovered 3 puppies from the under the rubble of an Italian mountain hotel that was hit by an avalanche 5 days ago, raising fresh hope that some of the 22 people still missing could be found. Firefighter Fabio Germain, that's right, Fabio
Great
Germain,
name.
said the discovery of the 3 shaggy white Abruzzo sheepdog pups meant that there are still air pockets in the collapsed building, an important sign of life which gives us hope, he said. But as light began to fade, the bodies of the woman was recovered from the rubble, bringing the number of the dead to 7. A new route is being dug into the rubble in a last-ditch effort to find more survivors, as questions mount as to whether the disaster could have been avoided. An email sent out to the hotel to local authorities pleading for help hours before Wednesday's avalanche has been widely shared online, although it has not mentioned fear of an avalanche. It describes the panic of guests trapped by snow as earthquakes shook the ground. 7 people were known to have died in the avalanche hit the 4-star hotel Rigopiano, yeah.
I have to see
And
it.
Farandola, it's Rigo Piano.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool. In Farandola on Wednesday, 9 people pulled out alive on Friday, describing trapped in tiny spaces, eating dirty snow in the pitch black to survive.
Oh.
Burrowing through narrow holes in the snow and rubble, rescue workers have been painstakingly searching each room of the lodge. Late on Sunday, rescuers began attempting to access the wreckage from another angle, a riskier enterprise that could trigger snowfall but would get them more quickly to new search zones. With shovels and drills in their bare hands, so we have much risk. The hotel opened in 1972 as restaurants from 10 years ago. That article was from yesterday, so I don't really have an update right now, but I can look one up real quick. But it was sad when I was reading when I was watching it on TV and everything, because it actually just shows these people digging and digging and digging, and it sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked watching it. It sucked seeing it. So your article update 9 hours ago. Hotel director called for help hours before Italian avalanche. 14 people now dead after an avalanche wrecking an Italian hotel. News reports emerged that the director urgently called for assistance just before the disaster struck last week.
Yikes.
So right now they're looking at 14 have died and 15 are still missing. 11 people have been rescued. Yeah. They also talked about kind of in the same category of this is oh crap, what's that Lake Tahoe. I think got like 50 inches of snow or some shit like that.
Jeez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it hasn't been pleasant last few weeks. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the people who have to go through this horrible situation out in Italy.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, obviously every year can't have all good. You know, sometimes bad things happen. So, Betty White's still alive though.
That's right.
That's right. And Greg Zanis is still out there pounding away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what I found out? Some guy that I was surprised. I mean, we're actually pretty young. He was 61, but I I never really saw. I know he's from NCIS Los Angeles, but I know him from other things. But Miguel Ferreira died last Thursday.
Oh man!
And if you look him up, he might look really familiar to you.
Oh yeah.
And it's like I know him from stuff, but I was just really surprised that he passed away.
Yeah, he's only 61.
Yeah. So.
Crazy.
Yeah. But. Anywho.
Yeah, he does look familiar.
Yeah.
I
was looking at the still photos of him, and from like NCIS, he looks completely different than what I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ugh.
I'm sorry, Colin. Are we boring you?
No.
No, I'm just fucking with you. Well, get unyawning because your time has come.
Yay! Is it?
Yeah. Oh, that guy who you said passed away, he's a cousin of George Clooney. Crazy world. Now it's your time. Yes. Now it's your time.
Okay. Well then, sit back and relax to this week's episode of This Freakin' State of Mind. People, we are on our home turf. The shithole state of Illinois. Sorry for anybody out there that actually likes this state.
Yeah, the big
Me, I
anus.
particularly don't. But we'll get right into it. The first aquarium opened in Chicago in 1893. The world's first skyscraper was actually built in Chicago in 1885. Chicago is also home of multiple sports teams. They have the Chicago Bears, which is football, the Blackhawks, which is hockey, the Bulls, which is basketball, two baseball teams, the Cubs and the White Sox, and they also have the little less known Chicago Fire, which is the soccer team. Well, that's probably because soccer is not as big as the other sports. Apparently, the oldest community in Illinois is in Peoria.
Peoria.
The Sears Tower, which will always be the Sears Tower to me. I don't know what it's called right now, either the Willis Tower or something other tower.
I think it's changing.
I think so. These might be a little out of date. Is the tallest building in North American continent, not content. Metropolis, for all you Superman fans, is actually a real town in Illinois, in southern Illinois. For all you people that didn't know that. The Cahokia Mounds State Historic Site is the most sophisticated prehistoric native civilization north of Mexico. This is a little less known. I know they don't teach this in school, or not that I ever heard. But before Springfield, Illinois actually had two capital cities. The city of Kaskaskia and the city of Vandalia.
I knew about Kaskaskia for some reason.
Yeah. And like I said, that was before Springfield. Supposedly, for all you NFL fans, the Chicago Bears were not always called the Chicago Bears, but they were first known as the Stanley Bears.
Huh.
And were organized in 1920 in Decatur, Illinois. So, Illinois was the first state to ratify the 13th Amendment, which abolished slavery. That was in 1865.
Nice.
On December 2nd, 1942, Enrico Fermi and a small band of scientists and engineers demonstrated that a simple nuclear construction of graphite bricks and uranium lumps could produce controlled heat. The space chosen for the first nuclear fission reactor was a squash court under the football stadium of the University of Chicago. Now, hearing that it's under a stadium kind of makes me think of that Disney movie Genius. If you guys ever watched that, where it's not necessarily a football stadium, but it's like the labs underneath the hockey rink. He starts melting it. Anybody? No?
Sorry.
No. Great movie. Loved it.
I'll put it on my list.
Well, if you can find it.
Okay, I won't put it on my list.
Turning into a curriculum.
Yes, because before the show started, I gave Joe a homework assignment to watch a documentary.
It's true.
Des Plaines, Illinois, is the home of the first McDonald's. For all you fast food lovers.
I didn't know that.
Dixon was the boyhood home of President Ronald Reagan. Springfield is the state capital and home of the National Historic Site of President and Mrs. Abraham Lincoln. And I've actually been there and actually seen their home that you can that they have there, their log cabin. Pretty interesting compared to what we have nowadays, you know. Chicago is home to the Chicago Water Tower and Pumping Station, which are the only buildings to survive the Great Chicago Fire. And Joe and Travis should both know why. Let's see if they can recall.
Because it's a water tower?
What was that, Travis?
Wait, what'd you just ask me?
The Great Chicago Water Tower and Pumping Station was the only buildings to survive the Great Chicago Fire. They said you should know this, but why were they the only?
I thought you asked me how the Great Chicago Fire started, and I'm like, I know that. I'm assuming it survived because it was surrounded by water. I don't know.
No, it's because of the stone that they're made out of.
It's actually my second guess, but
which is limestone, I believe.
Yeah, my second guess would have been what Joe said.
Yeah, the whole of how it started is unknown. They just say that it was a cow.
Oh, I'm gonna blame the cow.
Okay.
That was that fucking cow.
Before Lincoln was elected president, he served in Illinois legislature and practiced law in Springfield. And then he is buried just outside of Springfield at the Lincoln Tomb State Historic Site. See, I did, I knew he was in Illinois all that. I forgot that he was actually buried in Illinois as well.
I did too.
Carlisle is home of the world's, or not the world's, Carlisle is home of the largest man-made lake in Illinois. I've never even heard of Carlisle, so. As we've brought up in previous episodes, or one other previous episode, Illinois has 102 counties. Ronald Reagan is from Tampico, apparently, but his boyhood home was in Dixon. He was the 40th president of the U.S. in 1980. The highest point in Illinois is Charles Mound, which stands at 1,200 feet, or 1,235 feet, I should say, above sea level. Now, I've actually been to there. I've actually seen it. I couldn't go up to it because I guess it's private property. But if you ever want to check it out, it's up by Galena.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. And the funny fact is that I actually heard this fact at school one time. Like they were doing like some presentation. And I heard that. I'm like, oh, Galena? I go there all the time for scouts. And so I actually had the parents that were with us the one time actually drive us out there to go see it. But only to find out that it was blocked off and you can't actually go up. So, yeah. Apparently, the ice cream sundae was named in Evanston.
Interesting.
Which is in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
My brother actually used to live in Evanston.
My great-grandfather's from Evanston.
Oh, nice. Illinois has more units of government than any other state, i.e., a city, county, township, etc. Over 6,000. One contributing reason may be that the township governments, which are generally 6 miles square. That's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Apparently the worst prison camp during the Civil War in terms of percentages of death was at Rock Island, Illinois.
Wow.
I think I've driven past Rock. That's about it.
I think I've maybe been there.
To the camp?
No, just to the city of Rock Island.
Okay.
Or town, I guess. I don't know.
Illinois, in its gloriousness, likes to boast that it has the highest number of personalized license plate, more than any other state. The University of Illinois, which is in Champaign, correct?
Say that again?
University of Illinois?
I believe so, yeah.
Champaign, okay. The conservatory is 36 feet high at its, or 37 feet high at its apex. So the apex is the highest point, and so I guess that is 37 feet high, which is really tall. Because I wouldn't imagine that it's from the ground. That's not that tall.
Yeah. I don't know. Weird.
Yeah. In 1905, the president of the Chicago Cubs filed charges against a fan in the bleachers for catching a fly ball and keeping it. That's interesting. For all you baseball
See, that was
fans out there.
2005?
1905.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
I might have said 2005.
If another
Meaning
team hits a home run, you got to throw it back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's their thing.
Chicago's Mercantile Exchange building was built entirely without an internal steel skeleton. As most skyscrapers, it depends on its thick walls to keep itself up. I didn't know that. That's really interesting. I wonder why. Maybe due to the bending and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I actually, when we were in New York, I learned a little bit about, like, one of the reasons that the Twin Towers were so vulnerable to the type of attack that happened in 2001 was because they actually were built with a support structure that put the weight, most of the weight on the tower on central beams.
Oh, instead of like the outsides?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So,
interesting.
mm-hmm.
Moving right along. For you guys that live in Chicago or even elsewhere, if you've ever traveled, Chicago's pretty known for their airport, Chicago O'Hare, which abbreviations are ORD, comes from the original name of the airport called Orchard Field. O'Hare Airport was named in honor of Lieutenant Commander Edward H. Butch O'Hare. So that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The trains that pass through Chicago's underground freight tunnels daily would extend over 10 miles total in length.
Huh.
Yeah. The slogan, this is pretty funny. The slogan of Chicago's 105.9, the classic rock station in Chicago, its slogan is, of all the radio stations in Chicago, we're one of them.
Nice.
So, I guess it's very well. So, in Mount Pulaski, Illinois, it is illegal for boys and only boys to hurl snowballs at trees. Girls are allowed to do that, however.
Weird.
Yeah. Supposedly, Michael is a top name chosen for boys, and Emily is a top name chosen for girls in Illinois.
Huh.
And we all love this. We all know very well about this. Illinois is known for its wide variety of weather. Major winter storms, deadly tornadoes, and spectacular heat and cold waves.
Fuck winter.
I mean, right now it's not too bad outside, but that's
Yeah.
changed in an instant.
Yeah, right now is a very, very calm spring.
The first birth on the record in Chicago was that Eulalia Pont du Sable, which is the daughter of Jean-Baptiste Pont du Sable and his Potawatomi Indian wife in 1796.
Huh.
The Chicago Mercy Hospital was the first hospital opened in Illinois. This one I found really interesting. The first animal purchased for the Lincoln Park Zoo was a bear cub, and it was bought for $10 on June 1st of 1874. So,
Interesting.
Comedy Showcase Second City was founded on North Wells Street in a former Chinese laundry in 1959. Apparently, the Chicago Public Library is the world's largest public library with a collection of more than 2 million books.
2 million books?
More than 2 million.
Jeez.
Yep. Now this one seems like something I've read before, but I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, people. The Chicago Post Office at 433 West Van Buren is the only postal facility in the world you can drive a car through.
Huh.
Yep. Maybe it's just something I saw when I was looking at Chicago. I don't remember. And as you all know, or people from Illinois in the Chicagoland area, Chicago for St. Patrick's Day likes dyeing their river green. I've never seen it. I kind of figured the water was always green because of algae, but I could be wrong. And we even got a glorious dyed blue last year for the amazing victory of the Chicago Cubs winning the 2016 World Series. Yep.
So good.
Yeah.
I'm so
And
sad
on
I
to
missed
our
that
last
live.
fact of the night. And this week, to end this episode of this frickin' state of mind, the world's largest cookie and cracker factory, where Nabisco made 16 billion Oreo cookies in 1995, is located in Chicago. So, thank you all for joining me this week on another episode of This Frickin' State of Mind. And next week, we'll continue our journey right along to the next state.
Nice.
There you can.
No problem.
Yeah. I was I'm not sure with the what the fuck is it? The Ferris wheel. Does that Navy Pier?
Yeah?
Isn't that the like the world's largest wooden like Ferris wheel or some shit like that?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I think it was. I went on it once, which I don't know why I never fucking do that. Fear of heights and shit like that, but I think that's what it is. I'm surprised you didn't mention anything about H.H. Holmes too. You know.
Yeah,
Since
I
he was
could have.
so
I
interesting.
forgot about him.
Yeah, I think I think there's a something on Netflix about him I wanted to catch. That sick fuck. But I digress. Hey Joe.
Yes.
Cough while I get this right. Every week our listeners can catch Geek Cast Joe here on this freaking show. But if our listeners are like me and an hour of Geek Cast Show just isn't enough every week, what can they do to get more Geek Cast Show?
If they absolutely must have more Geekcast Joe, you can find me over the Geekcast Live podcast at gcl.ninja. You can also find us on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, and Twitter by searching Geekcast Live.
Perfect. Awesome. Oh, shit. Colin,
Yes.
what you freaking on this week?
This week I'm freaking on that. I took Friday off and I'm going to St. Louis this weekend with the girlfriend for her birthday and Valentine's Day. We're gonna spend our weekend down there. Should be fun. It's always fun to go down to St. Louis, see the Arch. Sadly, though, found out that the Arch elevator is going to be closed until March, so that's a bummer.
Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. Why are they doing that? Repairs and shit?
Yep. Which is a good thing, so, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't ask him about it, but Geekcast Base has been stuck there in the elevator on the Arch a couple of times in his life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe after these fixes, it won't get stuck so much.
Oh, that would be good.
Joe, how about you? What are you freaking out?
I am really excited this week to be. I'm in charge of the whole service this upcoming Sunday at church.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Good job.
Yeah, the head pastor's going to be gone for the weekend, and so I'm going to be preaching and doing everything. So it'll be good. I'm excited.
So now are you like setting up the entire like service, or did he kind of tell you what you got to do and you're just following like his guidelines to
Oh,
it?
no, I'm doing the whole thing. I'm picking the
Nice.
hymns. I can decide like the order of stuff and what people have to say and everything.
Awesome. Well, make sure the missus records it because I'd love to catch that.
Yeah, Will do.
Awesome.
Travis,
I'm
what do you,
glad.
Travis,
what do you
How
I'm
about
glad
you?
you fucking people. Well, I'm glad you asked. Yeah, fucks. Um, job hunting. That's all I'm gonna be doing pretty much this whole week. Get my resume out there. Finally got it updated after 5 years because I really didn't need it. But yeah, just job hunting and everything. Doing stuff around the house. Kind of like more turning the office slash spare room into more of an office looking thing. I got my printer all set up. Just gotta get some ink for it. Got my file cabinet with all my files in it. Just picking up some odds and ends. I mean, there's some boxes here that I still got put up in the attic from when I moved here a year ago.
Nice.
So, yeah, let's get some stuff done around here and all that shit, and just do some interviews. Get those paychecks rolling in again.
Damn straight.
Hell yeah, perfect. Anyone else got anything they want to add?
Nope.
Oh, good. Good. Perfect. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our show again for this week. But make sure you come back next week where we're going to start doing our guesses for the Oscars. We're obviously going to make that a two-part, two separate week, two separate episode show because there's so much to discuss and no one's going to sit through a 2-hour episode. I know. We've done it. It doesn't work. Plus, Derek bitches about it, and it's crazy. So it's gonna be 2 separate weeks. So make sure you tune into those and everything. We got a lot of guests we have lined up coming up soon. So coming to spring, we'll hopefully get a lot more people on to talk with us. So you're not sitting and listening to the same old fucking voices every week. We get someone new and exciting in here too. And if you ever wonder, where you can catch this show, because I mean, really, if you're thinking that while listening to this show, I don't know what the fuck you're thinking about. But our show's on iTunes. It's on SoundCloud. Not SoundCloud. What the fuck?
Stitcher,
I give up.
Podbean.
I give up. There we go. Yeah. It's on iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, Google Play. I wanted to try to get it on Spotify because apparently with that fucking Alexa thing, the Echo Dot, they'll play podcasts, but only podcasts off Spotify. And apparently Spotify is a stickler for what they put on their fucking system or server, whatever the fuck you call it.
Huh.
So we probably won't get on Spotify. They only pick really popular shit, and we're not gonna become really popular until the mass market of fans that we do have listen to our show consistently. So make sure you do that. Make sure you tune into our show every week. Follow us on social media: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Use the hashtag Freakin Sand to interact with us. We'll put you on the show. I'll invite you on the show. You come on the show for 10 minutes, for an hour. I don't give a fuck. You can partake in the conversations that we have. I don't give a shit because I want to meet you, and I know Colin does too.
Hi, that's me.
That's him. Joe meets enough people. He's good.
Yes.
But yeah, follow us on social media. If you have any comments or anything, go to thisfreakinshow.com. Go to the contact section. Just email us your questions, concerns. If you know of a band you want us to plug and play a song for them, let us know. We'll do that too. We'll do that at the end of the show and shit like that. If you're a fellow podcaster and you want us to plug your show, send us a little plug and we'll play it in the middle of the show for you too. Because we're here to help you people, because you people need to help us. Yeah, I said it. You people. Go fuck. God. 2017. Grow up. I'm Travesty.
I'm Awkward Colin.
And I'm Geek Cast Joe.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of this freaking show. I'm out.